Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to tonight's coverage of ozfortress 6's Season 34 Premier Round 2. I am Shakey, joined by Avo, with Core and Production. How are you doing, mate? Avo?
Hello, and welcome to the stream, everybody. It should be an exciting round up tonight. The second round of Premier, Ascension versus Recursion. So, some similar team names there, but some good players on both teams. It should be an excellent night of TF2. Watching Frydog on this mid here, just getting some early spam, trying to shoot their players off high. Smazzer in the back lines, pistoling down the enemies. Brett goes in for a bomb, fades away, and does get picked off as Andrew goes in too. Reina dropping down to very low health, but is able to survive. Cleaned up by Ano. That was an aggressive mid from Recursion, but Ascension were able to handle it well as the mid goes to Ascension.
As you say that, I saw Ravu drop to 9 HP. Balls of Steel, movement of a king, but yeah.
Recursion are looking to refight from the right-hand side now, pushing in, Bread jumping forward to make space, bullying him back a little bit as Bisha leads his team up the hill. I see them coming forward for an Uber exchange here. Bisha moving in, but it's looking like Reina holds on 7 health. Alright, eventually using Outback now. That was an excellent milk from Reina. Coming forward now and just taking all the space back. Huge bomb from Fez does get cleaned up as the point is going to remain in Ascension's favour. Oh, I may have spoken too soon as Recursion comes forward and caps it. An interesting Uber trade there. But now it's looking like Recursion want a forward hold. They're setting up players on the platform here, trying to bully them out.
Oh, so many frags, so much double spam from Andy and Bread. Takes down the combo and the scout and the demo.
Yeah, brilliant work from them there. Getting 3 picks, able to keep the forward hold alive. Quite aggressive in lobby here, but all of Ascension is just going to rush right side. But they've got Frydog trying to bully them back. They are busting through now.
This out perfectly.
Yeah, Ano's caught in. They could get a scout pick here. No Cobra's supporting him. And they are able to break out. That was excellent work. Even Uber's here. They're looking like they're going to trade. Uber's does come out. Ravu saving Bisha. Excellent exchange here. A bit better for Recursion. If they can get bombers on platform, it can be so fat. They do. Smazzer goes down. The rest of the team's bullies back. Soldiers coming in for a salvage. Ravu gets caught alone on the left-hand flank. He's still alone. Fez has got him cornered. Unbelievable movement from Ravu. Oh, he does get cleaned up in the final rocket. He survived for very long there. Excellent work from him. As almost everyone on Recursion wipes, and Ascension is able to take the point. Just building up Ubers now. Ascension has considerable ad. We'll see if Recursion tries to do a sack wave here. Again, just pushing out that right-hand side, seeing what they can get away with. Red jumps through, clears the traps, taking space. Leading the way for the rest of the team to come through. They need to heal up a bit before they continue, but they've got the space they need to walk forward. The Ubers do come out from Reina, bullying forward. Ravu only at 60 is living for a while, but does eventually get cleaned up as the rest of the team scatters and tries to come in for the post, but the Ubers faded a second too late, and Reina is going to live again as Recursion almost wipes entirely for the second time and do wipe entirely for the second time. Just an unfortunate getting caught out there with the Uber. Hands in their pockets, some might say. We are going to see the same thing again, pushing up the right-hand side, just seeing how far they can get. It was slightly more even this time, it's just a dry fight. They're getting good spam. Maz is being bullied back. Gus is alone on the right-hand side, might come in from bottom, no, just fades away. Now it's the battle of the spam that I was talking about before, as the scouts just try to edge the point and deny each other from capping. Really good damage coming out of Red right now, bullying the blue players back.
Hello, sorry about that, my net died. Thank you for covering that, Avo. What's been happening?
Just a couple of unfortunate exchanges for the side of Recursion. They're just getting caught out with Uber one too many times, but they're resilient. They're pushing up the right-hand side, moving their way up, and now just playing the point. It's a battle of the spam. Both teams do have full Uber now, so we might see another exchange. They have been working very well for Ascension.
Oh, and the force comes out on the side of Recursion. They get the force onto Ascension. It was a Solly that bombed in, and the Uber is forced out on the other end. Frydog jumping forward onto the nipple, really aggressive jumping there as a Solly swaps out for Frydog onto the nipple. Yeah, wow, Ascension, they're really holding the point aggressively here. They're not willing to give up any ground.
Yeah, just showing their dominance here, bullying Recursion back with their player ad. Red coming forward is probably going to get cleaned up. That's unfortunate as Andy Roo goes in for a bomb as well. Gets a good rocket on Reina, but they're just able to surf around to the other side of the point. Reina's just been living every time. It's brilliant work from Ascension to keep them alive, using the med advantage. Recursion seeming forward here is a last-ditch effort. They don't take the 3v3 because the spawners are on the way, and we're in overtime for Ascension. Recursion can't let them cap once or they lose this round. They're going to have to keep the spam up.
Yeah, so the time's really tipping from being quite even to being in the favour all the way to overtime there, like you said, from the side of Ascension. I think Andy did quite well to get the attention of Ascension there, but yeah. Aggressive bomb again here from the other Solid Bread, and so many frags, wow.
The Uber does come out. Reina dropped. Oh, the first death of the game has been an imperative one, as Red's able to hold on to this point for a little longer, but blue team's going to be all in now. Triple bomb, and they are able to pick up Ravu. That's unfortunate. At least it'll be even Ubers with 30 seconds left on the clock. They do have the player ad. They're just going to need to stay healthy, try and spam them early, play the damage. Ubers won't come into the equation, so it's just going to be a battle of the damage. See what they can do.
I think Reina actually dying early was a bit of a blessing because it's going to be benefited by the better spawns of the team that doesn't have the point. But yeah, you see Cobra, Smazza, all of the Ascension just aggressing onto the point. They get so much cap time, Jesus.
Yeah, it's fast capping. Recursion doing all they can to block the point, but it's just a death trap as the first round goes to Ascension. Just brilliant point play there, forcing them to come onto the point and then smashing them with damage. We'll see if anything changes in the second round.
Yeah, a bit of overtime here. I'm not sure if the config is on, but I guess that's all in the past now. But yeah, new mid. One thing I'll say from last mid was the demos were so aggressive with their stickies. Cobra managed to get like 3 or 4 stickies all the way to the other side of point, so gonna see if Frydog does the same. Looks like he's opting to det a bit earlier than his counterpart, but yeah, nothing much. Bit of spam being traded, bit of passivity as well.
As a Frydog stream watcher, I've observed he likes to try and shoot their players off of height, while Cobra just likes to try and lay out some carpets to get his team some space. Both good strategies, and so far it's going in Cobra's way, so we'll see if that changes. This mid getting good damage on the scouts as the rest of his team come forward, bullying Bisha back, bullying Bread back. Gort's in behind. Massive flank here, but does get cleaned up. Yeah, just the damage going the way of Ascension. Just putting out good stickies and cleaning up on them. As Frag does get cleaned up by Smazza.
Ravu, oh my god,
very low
Ravu.
And gets picked off as well. Oh, just almost escaped around the corner, but the sticky that no sir, you are going back to the respawn.
Yeah, the real watershed moment there was Gort going behind, trying to get an aggressive play taken out, and I think after that the scales tipped in the favour of Ascension.
Yeah,
I guess it really was a battle of nutrition, like just trading spam until that happened.
Yeah, Ascension getting more daily protein intake and we're able to bully them out. They are refighting now. Gort's in for another flank, but does get cleaned up. Second time of just rounding the corner into the entire team. It's unfortunate he hasn't been able to find the opening, but Andy's teams needed to spam a bit to create the distraction. It is 50 ad for Ascension. They are 2 players down. They're dancing around, making a Recursion question if they're going to use it or not. Andy goes in for a force, but escapes with his life very narrowly. And Bread round the back for a flank, does get cleaned up. Smazza is just not letting anything slip through the cracks.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I mean, as a Solly main, you just jump, and then the pocket scout turns on the aim. That's all I'll say. Double meat shot out of the S. Oh, aggressive trade coming out here from the side of Ascension. They get Frydog down, and I don't know if they're going to get the force here. Ravi's milking it really well, and Bread's got so much health. They don't get the force. Ravi milks it the whole time. So it's going to be a full ad for the side of Recursion.
This is just what they needed. If they can turn this into some momentum, we might see the round swing the other way. Full ad stemming forward now. Reina and Cobra still holding on the point. Just backing up now as Bread goes through the left-hand flank, getting some good spam on. The Uber does eventually come out. Bit of miscommunication there. Shrouded bombs forward, and Bisha follows in to clean up. They do take down Combra. Looks like they're going to get Fez as well, but now the Uber's over, and it's a leapfrog 50 ad to Ascension again.
Yeah, speaking of the scouts, Smazza and Ano picking up 2 at the end there. Smazza turning on his ad 5 scout. MG practice catches out Bisha, who's a bit overextended this year. They're just going to get the point. Caps so quickly, Jesus. And both scouts
really quick.
Yeah.
Gus is doing another dangerous flank on the right-hand side now, but Gort looks like he's ready for it. Yeah, he's going to have to be bullied back. Andy Roo trying to see if he can do the same thing in the right-hand room, just getting some spam. And Fez is behind him. He jumps away. Well played. Now it's Recursion's time to play the point, getting a lot of cap time. But the Uber does eventually come out from Smazza. Rabu on 85 health, desperately running. It's not looking like they're going to get the force out. And again, another leapfrog. Now Rabu has the full Uber out for Recursion. They only have 30 seconds to use it, however. It's looking like they want to come out of the right-hand side. See how far they can get.
They got it just so close to getting capped there on the side of Recursion, but Ascension deciding to use the Uber to defend it there. And as you say, the Uber does come out on the right. Yeah, force comes out.
They've picked up the demo, but it's not looking like anything else. They do get Ano, who was going in for the flank play after the Uber, trying to collapse, as well as Gus does come in, but Recursion are able to clean them up.
Yeah, I don't know about how intent that was. I saw Gus whip out the spoon, channeling his inner. Who's that? I remember it was a really good American player that popularized the spoon. Irregardless, Jay, that's the one. Yeah.
Really spam. Raina going very low. Red trying to capitalize on it, jumping forward, but does get the force. Brilliant work. But Rabu's all the way back on their concrete, but somehow Gus cleans them up on the other side from the Uber. Even plays here, but no heals for Recursion. And 6 seconds left on the clock. They need to fight, and they need to fight now, but without the heals, it's very difficult. Bez dropping low on the point. Great damage from Prydog there. Sticky's cleaning them up. As the point is looking like it's going to swing back, they just need to keep these blue players off. Red coming in with a massive bomb. Gets Raina down low, but has to jump away. They're just playing the point so well here. Gort's going in for it desperately, but just gets focus fine down, and Rabu, the last man standing, gets cleaned up. It's just an unfortunate sway of events. The Ubers leapfrogged so many times that game. Ascension was just able to find the foothold they needed to have the advantage.
Yeah, I feel like Raina, I don't know how he always has ad for some reason, but yeah, I think on a more general note, the spam of Ascension has been slightly better. They've been managing to get so many forces onto Rabu, but yeah, new mid, new round, again, bit of spam being traded out, not much happening so far.
Gort very aggressive on the flank, does clean up Gus, but now he's got 3 players looking at him, does go down. Andy Roo with a massive bomb, isn't able to find the medic, just jumps into 2 scouts, and the mid is swinging in the favour of Ascension once again. The very aggressive mid didn't quite work out. He's just poking around, taking 1v1 with Smazza, giving him the juice, but Ano comes to save the day.
I think that says it all. Smazza on a 4K, yeah. In the midst of all that, Fez jumping in behind and getting Rabu at the tail end of that mid. Just out-positioned out at the end, and they're going to be trading to re-aggress on the side of Recursion.
Yeah, Raina at 100% overcharge now, so maybe they're going to play forward to try and get an easy sack off or get some good spam before sending their soldiers, but right now they don't have anything to push off. They're just trying to do damage. Spamming from afar, Gus jumping in, bullying them back. Good work there from him. As Ravu's walking up with 65% Uber. I feel like it wouldn't be a bad play for Ascension just to push into them. Yeah, here's the sack from Bread, getting good damage, but brilliant surf from Raina right onto the pack is going to be completely fine. Unless Gort, no, he decides not to flank.
That was such a good attempt there. The flank of Recursion were on the left and distracting whilst Bread jumped in, got a nice rocket, couldn't get the second one as we see the Ubers evening out. Point still being held by Ascension, so yeah. I think we're about to see a trade right now. Bisha getting aggressive on the point. It's going to be Recursion using the Uber first.
Looking around for an un-Uber player to shoot as Prydog gets left in the dust. His Uber ran away from him, and the Ascension Uber went straight to him. grim out there, rough as guts, some might say, as the point remains in Ascension's favor for 1.5 minutes, with Recursion taking no time off the clock so far. They're going to have to pull something out of the bag to swing this back around.
Yeah, I mean, they're so aggressive on the point. They're holding it pretty well. Like, Cobra is pretty much not pressured, like, at all, and he's just getting such good stickies to deny area. We see right now Bisha Minty trying to get some height, and he's just getting stickied off. Like, there's no ground that's being able to be taken on the side of Recursion. They're finally getting aggressive now onto the point. Uber's dead even.
Yeah. Bez going behind after his winning a 2v1 on the flank with Andyro. 2 soldiers in behind now. Just doing good damage for Rabu, but Bez is there to follow up. Not quite getting it. Even Uber's, but Friedrich does go down.
So much damage though. They're all falling here. It's just the scout and the soldier on the side of Recursion. They finally get the force. That is terrible. I mean, Ren doesn't even have it. Ren is already running all the way out to mid, safe and sound. And this is not looking good here for the side of Recursion. They're gonna have to cap with 30 seconds left into a full Uber. They're probably gonna have to sack or do something to get the Ubers out of the equation, and then overmount the insurmountable like 2 minute and 53 second cap they have to get here. I mean, they're gonna start there. They get the cap, but I presume it's not gonna matter much.
Ooh, Red gets the force. That's just what they need. If they can scatter and live, and then come in for the post, this could be really good. Bez going down to Bisher as well. No, clutch arrow from Reyna, keeping Bez alive. Gus hiding in lobby. Taking on Andrew on the flank. They're bouncing around on the jump pad. Andrew does get arrowed. Brilliant work from Rabu. Bisher coming in, just can't win against 4 players there as the flank comes in. Andrew and Gore saying, turn around, blue team, we're on the point. If they could get the rest of the team into pinch, it could be massive. Bread with a bomb, but just not the kills they need. Rain is just surviving like there's no tomorrow.
So speaking of survival, Cobra getting down to 2 HP just then. Lives on a sliver of health, but yeah, I think it's just so aggressive and so well played by the combo of Ascension. Like, it came down to like Smeller versus Frydog, and Scout versus Demo is not a showdown that you ever want to take, and yeah, it's going to be the first map 3-0 for the side of Ascension. So Scout oriented, but yeah, we'll have to see as we see ready up at both teams.
Yeah, I think my prediction was completely wrong, but I think Frydog might have some secret tech for Gullywash, so I hope it's a bit more of an even match.
Yeah, I'm going to hope that as well. Surely the caster's curse is not that bad, as we see Frydog rolling out to the mid, gets an early sticky, really good sticky.
Well,
both
scouts are going to play their side.
Yeah, both scouts were so aggressive. They jumped immediately onto height, shoved Frydog back into banana, and they've got so much room. Wow.
Massive bomb coming in from Brett and Andrew. Getting the medic. Scouts weak too. Both soldiers do get cleaned up, but if Rabu lives, it's going to be a sweet first mid-fight. Aiming on the ground on 8 health. Is going to run up the elbow and maybe escape. No, Gore saying not today, so go back to respawn. As a clean first mid for Recursion.
Yeah, speaking of secret tech, the Andy Rue Beggars Bomber. What's it called? The Beggars Bazooka. Sorry. Nearly forgot about that. Making it an infamous... he's just infamous for it, both in Sixers and a Highlander. I think that honestly like bamboozled Ascension a bit, because they had so much ground on like the enemy team side, but yeah, the Solis of Recursion were able to bomb in and get so much damage as a result of that. Full Uber ad for the side of Red right now as we see them trying to spam out a gun, suss it out. I think they probably are going to get the gun down. But yeah, we're just going to be full ad push.
Just hanging on the stairs here, seeing where they want to go. It's looking like they want to go Shadow. Ubering in now, Pyro there, just denying them very well. Eventually does go down as the Uber comes in fading. As there's a sentry gun on the left, looking to spam it down, does go down. Bez jumping in with a bomb, he can get any damage he can, but Ravish just keeping everyone alive as Frydog dies. Smazza gets cleaned up. 3 plays left. Cobra 1 health in spawn. Rainer on the point. It's looking like it's going to be around. The Ascension. I mean, yeah, maybe Koths just isn't their game mode. It's proving their domination on Gullywash here. Brilliant, clinical round, some might say.
Yeah, it was a good battle of attrition there. I think they got off to a bit of a rocky start at the start of the push, but they really stabilised at the end and were able to cap it out. Fez, big bomb across the point.
Oh, Andy Rubix's jump. The soldiers are just locked out of the mid. Yeah. God doing really well to get Cobra on the floor there. That was great by him. As they lose 2 soldiers in the demo, and as Recursion are just going to take out this mid. I keep forgetting which team's which because their names are so similar.
Yeah, I thought that they were nearly Ascent, like the American team for a sec.
Oh yeah, that's a blast from the past.
Slip of the tongue as we see, wow, they're going to just use the demo out on the side of Recursion to just try and muscle in. I mean, it's working quite well. Friday just shooting stickies over the arch, but yeah, let me see the
They are going to get bullied out now. Yeah. Oh, Andy relicking behind. This could be dangerous. The Scorts getting fought on the flank. They're taking two 1v1s on the flank. Gort winning his. Andy Roo still living behind, just trying to cause some payout. They do actually get 2 picks. Flank dominance. And now with full Uber, they're looking like they're going to walk through choke here. Red jumps through, trying to make some space. Cobra doesn't turn around, but he does have to get used on dropping low. Andrew still behind, dragging a scout back. Red doing the same for a soldier as the Ubers are being exchanged on mid. Ravu still hasn't used, dropped down to the floor, dodging left, dodging right. Eventually does have to use in their own big door with no one to heal. Gort coming in to save the day maybe, but no, they're just going to run with their tails between their legs to lobby. Very unfortunate Uber trade there for Recursion. It looked like it was going so well, but it did not. The Scorch gets picked off as well, trying to, this is our big door. Andy going down on sniper and forward spawn too. And the last hold for Recursion.
Yeah, I feel like they probably are just going to push. Yeah, Ascension just coming in force here.
Yeah, using the 2-player ad, getting the heavy pick. Friday below the point. Pipes Cobra trying to hold them off. Rabu and Spawn alone. They're just getting bullied back. And just Gus caps the point. That was disaster. That was bad for worse from the butched Uber push to a lost round. That's just shows the level these gamers are playing at, that one mistake can cost you the game. We'll see if that affects their mental at all going into the third mid fight in 5 minutes. And you're going drop down.
Yeah. Is he still in the Bagels, I want to know?
I don't think so. He's unable to get anything. Gus is going drop down now, but does get cleaned up by Bread.
Such spam though.
No soldiers for Recursion, yeah. Not having any soldiers and just getting spammed, they got bullied out. They are charging through the flank, the choke now. Bread above, picking off the scout. Cobra being bullied back. Bread's just holding the flank on his own. Brilliant work from him as
I was about to say, Bread held that perfectly. He just knew that height was the game there, and that narrow choke point. He thought he got like 200 damage plus onto Cobra, but Cobra just managing to live by the skin of his teeth. Uber's evening out, as we're going to see a bit of a stalemate now.
Yeah, stalemate on mid. Oh, we do have the Smazza sniper, as he did get caught in choke. He's just going to be playing back their side. We'll see where he's looking. Maybe he wants to get a pick on the flank to allow his team to sack. I didn't think Gullywash mid was a very good map to snipe on for even Ubers. He's got an interesting angle on choke all the way through. He has shot, and Bread must know they have a sniper now, so hopefully Ravu plays behind some cover. Yeah, they are playing in the corner now. Braddock respecting the sniper snipe line. Only just very wide peeking. They need someone to shut this down. Gort's calling his team there. Yeah, lots of respect for the Smazza sniper right now.
I think he's got a bit of Highlander experience, if I remember correctly. Goes for a wide peek onto Frydog, doesn't get anything. But yeah, like you said, nobody's spamming him out. I mean, I think they need to get some solid rockets or something. He goes for he gets a headshot onto Frydog, nearly I think he's about to attempt the hero peek right now. And he gets it! He just walks in, gets Ravu!
Beast, absolute beast shot there as the salvage play commences, trying to get Reina to use Uber, but Anna's going to say, no sir. Protecting Andy Roo going all the way behind big door. Might come in clutch. Does get Cobra, and then Peach is able to get the force. That is just what they need, because now it might be even Ubers for last, as if this second cap is slow. They need to get players up and maybe an off class to have any hopes of holding on to this round.
I feel like they are going to just elect to push in one player. Oh, actually, maybe not. I feel like I misread the spawn timers. But yeah, I think last time when they pushed, they had a few more down on the side of Recursion.
Yeah, they had a solid 2 ad to go off, and then they got the heavy pick, just turning it into a snowball. But now it's a completely even last hold. We'll see how they play differently. I'm thinking maybe a double sack. I'm not seeing any off classes, so I think maybe one through River, one through Launchpad, see if they can get the Uber, or if not, maybe then go to off classes. But for now, they're just building in the back of River. Playing it safe and thinking about what they want to do. His Friday set traps on the beam. Anti-sack traps activated.
Oh,
they get a pick and launch. Red going
so
down.
Aggressive. He's going to get both solis right now.
And Root 2. And going down 2 just out of nowhere. 3 plays down. That's really not what you want to see if you're a Recursion. Even Uber's 3-player ad, they're going to be looking to get him from River. No, they're just turning into a sack. They're not even pushing. And the sack is successful. Ravu forcing as VESK goes deep into right spawn for some reason. Maybe he didn't know the Ubers were called yet, but now it's going to be full ad for the side of Ascension. Sticky's set up in lobby and on the shutter door. Friday only just survives by the skin of his teeth as the traps are dead. Full Uber ad.
How he got away with that. He was like standing on the stickies, but the door saved him. Regardless, they're looking like they're going to get... No, they're not going to get second. Ascension defends second, barely. Reyna trying to get some arrows onto the Red Scouts to see if he can get a frag. But yeah, full Uber push here from the side of Ascension. They had so much discipline on that push. They knew that they shouldn't have fought. They should have gone for the sack. And they've been rewarded for the full ad.
They do use through shutter here. Pushing in, shooting soldiers, Bread going down. And just trapping off point, seeing if they can get some point time maybe. No, they're crushing right spawn. They've got right spawn locked down. They've got left spawn locked down. Oh, it's just a massacre. There's really not much you can do against a full Uber last push. Unless you get a miracle. But we are in now the 4th mid of the match. And last time, the mids have been pretty even last time. Unless one team goes the other team's side, which will be interesting to see if they do this time. No, just both teams playing it even. Playing their own sides. But going in for bomb does get shut down a little bit. Very weak in big door and does get cleaned up. Gus doing good damage from the floor. Really impressive work there as they just stem forward. Yeah, they lose one and just decide to leave. As Andy who's hiding in banana is going to bomb forward. Gets one good damage on Reyna. Gets good, excellent pick on Reyna, giving his team Uber and Ravu is securely in lobby. Surely nothing bad can happen. Surely nothing will go wrong. Yes, he's able to escape the launch pad with Cobra and Smazza hot on his heels. But preserving his life was excellent by Ravu there.
That nearly turned out really badly. There was like a Sully behind in lobby. Almost got fried. I got him down to 17 HP, but yeah. Uber's going to be full ad for the side of Ravu. Smazza going down.
Excellent trap from Frydog there.
Yeah, I was going to say drop them. They're just like, they go straight in and they get flanked. Force comes out from the side of Fez, walks in from Banana. Easiest force
all the way through the enemy choke onto Cobra. Cobra dropping very low, but they decide to call off the push. They're going to be happy with getting mid, but they might not be so happy that they're now at 50 disad. If Ascension builds this out, it could be a very similar story, just on the opposite side, as we are now seeing Ascension hold their own second and building their Uber. I wonder if they'll go drop down or if they'll do the same choke push.
So much leapfrogging, might I add.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like one leapfrog to another. A bit of spam coming out. We've got the Red Sully in a hiding spot. Both scouts interestingly elect to go to big door.
Ooh, and you're getting cleaned up on the flank, and then Bread's force attempt being unsuccessful, and it's going to snowball the disadvantage as Recursion just leaves second entirely, and hope to get even Ubers for last. Trap from Frydog unsuccessful, unfortunately, as the second point goes to Ascension. They were really really good last push. Like, they were able to get 3 picks, and instead of just pushing, they had discipline and turned it into a sack, which was successful. So I wonder if they're going to go for the same thing, see if they can catch anyone out, or if they just might double sack straight away. Just hanging around in the lobby at the moment, getting information, plotting, planning, sending Gus to River. Maybe he's going to jump through, as they've got 5 players hanging around on left side. They do not want their medic to get forced again.
Yeah, I think it's interesting they're electing to go full quick cutter, no gun, no pyro. I feel like that is a bit to their detriment. I feel like they could benefit with aimbot. As
Gus
we say, that Gus
does get cleaned up.
Scout comes in as well. Yeah, Aino not going to get... Well, they got Raven down to 73, so good attempt.
Close, but no cigar, as Andrew does go down in the counter-sack attempt. I suppose that was their best shot there, because do we still have the Gort Engineer? No, it looks like... Oh, wait, yeah, Gort is on Engineer. I can't find his Sentry Gun, though. Now, this is secret tech. I genuinely can't see a sentry gun. Has he not
Just
built
puts
one?
it out in the open on the left.
Oh yeah, there we go. He's building it now. That is, in my opinion, the best spot for a sentry gun on Gully last. As long as your team plays around it. Getting up to a level 2, their sack defenses have doubled since the last time you tried, blue team.
I feel like that was such a good opportunity. I don't know why they went scout Sully sack instead of the double Sully. I feel like the
Ooh, the gun goes down
last time.
Yeah, definitely. Another sack that's really good is the point play, baiting the team to turn around, then you send a soldier in while they're distracted by the threat of an imminent loss. But we'll see what they try and do this time as VESK goes down. Maybe coming up on an off-class? No, he's soldier. Speaking of off-class, we do have the Andy Roo spy dancing around in lobby right now, seeing what he can go for.
Gus? Gus? Behind the point. What's he going to do? He's got the paint
Point
train
play?
on as well! Oh my god, he gets it so far! Jesus!
Oh my gosh, so close to being capped. That might... Andrew's not going to get a backstab as they just move into lobby as the Ubers come out. Smash just plays the point, and why wouldn't he with only a millisecond of cap time remaining? That was the optimal play. Didn't even need to use the Uber. That was just a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, talk about a tragedy. Andy was like walking up the stairs, but he didn't make the jump, so he couldn't get there in time to get any sort of a stab. Gus with the gimmicks, with the pain train, the Paulson pain train, as we see a fresh mid here coming out of the side of both teams.
Big soldier bombs, just faking, showing the other team they know how to rocket jump and they should be scared. Gus coming in for a real one now, gets good damage on Ravu and lives under excellent work. Oh, and just the meat grinder is turned on as Frydog and Andrew both get cleaned up. Fortunately, Ravu was able to escape through choke, but that was just a brilliant display of damage from Ascension as away. And Ravu does escape. Quick they went. No, Bread went down, drop down, and is behind. Rain is unaware on the point. This could be big. No, he just gets absolutely denied by the scout class and Gus. Rough as guts. Rainer pushing into the lobby now. It's even Ubers, but yeah, as you were saying, 3-player ads. They just might steam forward. Traps on the shut up, but Rainer's pushing in through launch. Launch pad push, very rare, very epic. Gus comes in. Brilliant rockets from Gus getting the drop. Absolute perfection as Frauda goes down around and the point gets played. Oh, Savage City from Bread stopping it with even less time than his last round. I didn't think it was possible. And the Uber comes out and the round ends to point capture. Just not really much they can do in that situation either.
I feel like there's way too much ground being sacrificed. They're like Smazzer and Aino were just like little insectual orbs. They were just like in the face of Recursion, and yeah, point falling quickly. You see Gus goes to mid on the pain train. Bold choice.
Massive double soldier bomb. Brain is somehow living. They sent both soldiers, but there must have just been a B for some rocket splash collision funk going on, because Rainer was able to surf to the other side of the mid and survive. Bisha, very low in choke, does get cleaned up. That was an unfortunate soldier double bomb, resulting in another mid one for Ascension.
Yeah, good play by the blue Sollies to bomb Banana. Like, I think Gus and Fez, they got so much done in that little tiny like corridor. It's just a perfect place to like just get damage as a Solly. They got Ravu and I think someone else down, but yeah.
Now we see a situation we've seen before, the three-player ad, and looking like Ascension want to take it main, maybe? Yeah, poking in main now, trying to get the surprise play. Andy Roo is above them, but it doesn't matter. The Uber comes out. Sentry gun in the corner is eventually going to go down as the rest of Recursion are in spawn. Bisha under the point, on heavy. Gaboom, gaboom. Smazzer charging forward is eventually going to get cleaned up. Just Cobra Rainer. Oh no, Fez comes in for a big bomb. Isn't able to clean up Ravu, unfortunately. Bisha has the point on lockdown. They do not want to get any more players coming in, and almost the entire point captured before they can stop it.
Bisha on the heavy. I think he took down Cobra with him before sinking the ship himself, but yeah, I feel like that push was a bit less clinical. Cobra got skyboxed onto the roof. So yep, full ad here for the side of, I think that's my HUD. Oh no, it's not my HUD. Ad being used out of the side already here. We get one pick and that's it. Oh,
they do clean up Rainer though, so yeah. Brilliant work there from you, but post coming in now, massive bomb from Gus, does get cleaned up, Smazzer in the lobby, able to take down Frydog, and he takes down Revu, so it is a another wipe with the point, second point going to them. They're just going to stream into last here, get cap time on the point. Smaz it. Bit of BM deciding not to cap, wants to get another Andy Roo frag before forcing him to come to point.
I think that's going to cost
does
it for
eventually
them.
trade.
That's going to cost it for them. He had like 2 seconds
That
to
is
cap there.
karma right there.
And he didn't do it, and he was just dancing around Andy, like with Andy on the ring, and yep, Frydog and the other spawners from the side of Recursion coming in there and defending the point.
Yeah, deserved. That's what you get for BM Smazzer. Unbelievable.
See the 7 times cap from the side of Recursion here. They're just gonna get second and they're gonna reset themselves for a stalemate. And yeah, wow. Big tactical misplay there. Being up 5-1 versus being at mid 4-1 up. I mean, yeah, I guess like it is still massively in your favor, but I think like the momentum shift was just completely lost there.
Yeah, definitely. Red was in drop down, but it looks like he's chosen to rotate to above choke. 2 soldiers above choke. They don't want anybody slipping through. So the Ubers have evened out. We'll see what Ascension does to break this stalemate. They've got 4 is big door right now. Scouts pushing forward, getting a lot of damage onto Friday as he falls a little bit. The Uber does come out. Interesting use there, just taking an exchange, trying to get Ascension to flash around a bunch and then have the advantage, but it doesn't quite go to plan as Gork gets cleaned up after the Uber has faded, and there's soldier and scout just in river getting massive work done on the flank. And you're living behind, but it's not looking too good. Brilliant jumps though to go from like choke to big door that quickly, but it's not going to make too much of a difference as Recursion is streaming into lobby, cleaning up players as they go. And now with the player ad, now we might see that fabled double sack I was talking about before.
Yeah, it was such an interesting decision to just like try to trade like straight into the like 3 combo players.
Yeah.
Poor Gort just got put in the incinerator as soon as he got the force. Ravu, I think, barely got out. Yeah, barely got out alive there, but yeah, at the cost of so many of his teammates. As we see, Gort. We used to have a phrase for that. It was just called the Turbo the Terminator. I remember watching a Turbo cast, and he just did that. Just one sticky, one pipe, every scout he saw. Poor Gort taken back to the respawn queue. I don't think we're gonna see anything. Oh, actually, as we say that, Ano with the heavy.
The fabled Gullywash offensive heavy.
Redcoat, I remember, ran it a long time ago. So we're gonna see if it's gonna fable any sort of success for the side of Ascension. I think they're just gearing up to sack. I don't know what the point of the heavy is on like when it's just dead even. I mean, they get bread, so we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, I think the point is to take a trade and then have your heavy waddle in for post and just lay out some damage. But it's looking like they're just having a stare down through the window as the image Uber does eventually come out. Ano on the platform, raining down bullets as the trade is... Oh, Ano does get headshot. That's the one counter to... well, not the one counter, but sniper countering heavy there as the Uber exchange does end. And
Brett
flanking behind. Do they know?
What's he gonna get here?
Oh, interesting
he's
choice.
Such a good... he
Rotating down to the low ground there was not the move, I think.
just could have rocket jumped one up and then maybe have gotten something, but yeah, I guess he had to orient himself and he couldn't find like Rainer in the combo tucked away to the left.
He was too fast for his own good, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, frags are evening out. Oh, interesting to see the Gort spy.
The Gort
Andy
spy.
Roo spy, yeah.
Normally it's Andy Roo who does these kind of shenanigans, but he didn't have any luck last time. We'll see if Gort can swing it in their favour. As Rainer just gets Uber, it's 50 ads, so they need to go now. Coming up, bombs the scout, gets caught out. That is unfortunate.
Damn.
Not a great night for spies tonight, shall we say. But now, it doesn't look like they want to use it. Maybe they don't know how big it was, or if it was all. But yeah, they've just let this Uber even out. I feel like if they used it as soon as they got, it could have been another round. But maybe they just didn't know. Double stack coming in, and it beeps the jump, but Gus gets a good rocket and a half, but unfortunately Rabu hits a good surf into spawn, denying his sack.
Yeah, as we see the stats saying, Blue losing a 50% Uber ad. Not sure what the thought process behind that one is. Frags dead even, Gus gonna spawn a bit earlier. Brett going out to 10 HP. Smazza deciding that yes, he wants to just pistol, chip shot for any frag possible. Doesn't get it in the end. But yeah, I think we're just going to be seeing a few sack attempts here. Interesting to see if they're going to pull out the double solly again. I think that's what Oh, actually, they're probably not going to be electing for the double solly. Their pocket solly is opted for the buff banner, so they're probably just going to be charging up.
Buff banner, Euro strats.
The other thing is, I don't know if they saw it because I was looking at the way he faced. He faced like facing forward. I'm not sure if they got a good look at his back. As you see,
Smazza gets dropped in the Uber. And the rest of the Uber gets denied by Friedel Stickies. And you're coming up on Spy behind the Uber, but isn't able to get anything. Gus doing what he did before, going to River. Going to Cap, and they don't know. Oh, they do know. Gort's aware of it. Andy Rue is too. I do hear a banner sounding. That's the sound of carnage coming. Mini crits pushing through concrete now. Oh, those mini crits are so dangerous. 1.5 damage. Ravu gets down so low, but the banner's still alive. Those scouts have to fear it, but they just get bounced around. Unfortunately, the banner push, not a success. Andrew's steaming into lobby, trying to bully them back, but they're standing their ground. Now Frydog's there. Lives by the hair on his chinny chin. Gus going behind. Frydog spots him. He lives through maybe no back cap this time.
That would have been a threat because I think he is on the pain train. I have to say, such balls from these Sollies on the pain train development to the mid, just knowing that like the scout hasn't been denying them that much. But yeah, Ascension trying to push into choke here. They're getting absolutely spammed out by Cobra. Poor Frido gets left
out to dry. Yeah, unfortunate. But Gord said, "You can't kill my demo without me killing yours." Swoops in and picks up Cobra, fighting for their own life. But oh, big bomb coming in from Fez. Brilliant work to get down Bisha, and then Ravu. The dominoes are toppling.
He should have just used to get out there. I think poor Bisha thought that it was going to be like a scout, first scout without the presence of the demos, but didn't anticipate Fez. I think it was jumping in at the end there. Solly really turning the tide for Ascension, as we see. Yeah, they're just swarming with the cat now, ×2. No one gets there in time. That's 5-1.
5-1 with Uber on the point. Yeah. The Uber's just busted through a choke, and the brilliant rocket from Fez combined with the damage from the scouts, and Bisha just got dropped. Then Ravu was next. It was an unfortunate push. As we come into the 7th mid of the game, Andrew going fast up their drop down. They don't know yet. Gord picking up Cobra. Brilliant serve from Ravu. The scouts are on him.
He was on 5 HP in the face of 2 scouts and a solid.
Yeah. I was hyped for him living from the soldiers, but then the scouts were there, and I thought, oh no, it's over. Smazza throwing out a taunt.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Fez taunting on the point. It's that point in the night, I think. As the 7th mid does go in favour to Ascension. The rest of the team in mid now.
Well. Yeah, 12 ad for the side of Ascension. I don't think they're going to use it. I think Rainer does use the statue, but yeah, I feel like no one's going to use that.
Smash gets popped down, dropped down. And yeah, it's just going to be even hold on the second of Recursion.
Everyone crits. Everyone crits.
Crits, Ravu crits. Could be huge.
They're just like trying to one by one through the choke point here, and it's not turning out in their favour. There's so much spam. Bisha just has to like stay in banana and shoot stickies up. I think Frido's finally going to get in, and they've got the crits up. This could be it. This could be the play. If Frido gets one long range sticky, he could be all over here for the side of Ascension.
Crits comes out. Good damage on Cobra. Rainer dancing around behind the point, and the Uber does eventually come out. Very unfortunate crits there. Just deeply depressing. That's
Fez
what
gets
we
a
want to
nice
see.
rocket as well at the tail end of that mid. But yeah, I think they had like a 13% like opportunity. I think when they had crits, Rainer was on 37. Rainer was on 87%. But even if that was the case, I think Ravu's on the Ubersaw, not the statue, so he wouldn't know. He wouldn't have known.
Yeah, the statue can be helpful, but times like that, you just got to trust your med instinct. I've been counting in my subconscious. It's ad. Let's go. That type of extreme gameplay.
Gus getting taken out by the gimmicks, the Andrew beggars.
Oh yeah, It's dangerous, I'll tell you that much.
I honestly agree, like, the speed of the rockets is just ferocious. So if you see an Uber gets used out straight into River, double scout, but straight onto the point.
Just playing the point.
Oh. Jesus. 6-1. Seals it out.
6-1. Just a display of dominance for the side of Ascension there. Just brilliant damage and sealing out their mid wins quite successfully.